Hi everyone, this is Bartek Warszawski in the Ramblings of Bartek. Difference between knowledge and shit. Sorry for the rough language. Unfortunately, it is necessary to call things for what they are. According to Ludwig Wittgenstein, things are not named for what they are, since it is impossible to know. Things are named for their function. When a thing does not have a function and is completely useless, it becomes shit. Shit is something you discard and stay away from. Someone might ask, but what about fertilizer? It's shit and still useful. If you can apply the fertilizer, then it's not shit anymore for you. If you can't apply the fertilizer, then it's not fertilizer for you, only shit. Knowledge, on the other hand, the function of knowledge is to predict a local future, otherwise it is shit. It might look like a leap of thoughts, but please follow me into the abyss of philosophy. The problem. I would like to share knowledge with the world, but how do I know if I share knowledge and not shit? I could build my assertions as an argument and refer to scientific articles, but if my assertions are shit, then the scientific articles will transform it into complex shit and not complex knowledge. If the scientific articles are shit, then my argument will also become shit, even if my assertions are not. With an easy distinction between shit and knowledge, I will be able to filter out in my assertions and also in the scientific articles. Scientific shit. The problem with scientific articles is their complexity. They can be hard to understand in the right context, even for a scientist specialized in the field. Then how can I be able to refer correctly to a scientific article? Multiple studies have been done where scientists misuse statistics and methods to promote results they have been paid to get. John Bohannon made in 2013 a software that could write biomedical scientific articles, which looked like real scientific articles but were pure nonsense. He wrote 300 articles with it, and over half of them were accepted through a peer review. This is a huge problem. The solution. Knowledge must predict a local future, otherwise it is shit. If you can predict something, then you can prepare for it and get an advantage. You might have a different definition of knowledge, which is perfectly fine. The question is, what advantage does your definition give? If your definition does not give an advantage, then the evolution will take care of it. You might not believe in evolution. I will not question your beliefs. Even if evolution exists, but the knowledge about it is not better than its energy consumption, then the theory of evolution will not prevail, even though evolution will. The proof in 7 steps. 1. Evolution predicts that advantage gives a high probability of survival. 2. Shit does not give any advantage and therefore is discarded. 3. Predicting a local future gives an advantage. Therefore, a partial conclusion will be knowledge that can predict a local future is useful and therefore not shit. 5. I haven't found out any other knowledge which gives an advantage that isn't connected to predicting a local future. Therefore, a partial conclusion will be knowledge that can predict a local future must be shit. Conclusion. Knowledge must predict a local future, otherwise it is shit. The disproof. My definition will be disproved when at least one of the following happens. 1. Evolution is proven to be shit. 2. Shit is proven to be useful without becoming something else like a fertilizer. 3. An example where predicting a local future does not give an advantage. 4. I find any knowledge which gives an advantage that isn't connected to predicting a local future. The problem of universality. Knowledge can only predict a local future, but let's assume that universal knowledge can predict everything. Predicting everything would have to include a prediction of something that never will be predictable, which is a paradox. The problem with locality. Past knowledge, which predicted a past local future, does not have to be able to predict another local future. Past knowledge can become shit. Past shit, which couldn't predict a local future, can be able to predict another local future. Past shit can become knowledge. It means knowledge is relative. Let's assume the following. Person A have a knowledge which they can make a local prediction with. You, on the other hand, don't understand this knowledge and therefore can't make a same prediction. It's knowledge for person A and it's shit for you, but only in the local future. How to apply it? If you have any knowledge that can predict a local future, then you can safely share it with anyone. You don't need any references to any scientific articles as long as the prediction holds. Don't worry if someone calls it shit. Maybe they didn't understand it. Maybe your knowledge have become past knowledge. Or maybe the statement about your knowledge can't predict anything in a local future and therefore is shit itself.